the business we are in at LSU, providing a world-class experience for our student athletes to compete and earn their degrees.
Hello Tiger fans, I'm Emily Dixon and you're watching Inside LSU Sports presented by Community Coffee. On this week's show, we close out the LSU gym season with head coach Jay Clark, introduce you to one of Brian Kelly's new coordinators, and more. So let's get rolling with the voice of the Tigers, Chris Blair, and LSU baseball head coach Jay Johnson as they recap the Tigers series against Auburn and look ahead to LSU on the road at Mississippi State this weekend.
Inside LSU Sports, presented by Community Coffee, is brought to you each week by the 8 partners that represent Team LSU. Cox, the official communications provider of LSU Athletics. McDonald's, official sponsor of the LSU Tigers. Our Lady of the Lake, official healthcare provider of LSU Athletics. Planet Fitness, official gym partner of the LSU Tigers. Rouse's Markets, official supermarket of LSU Athletics. Hancock Whitney, the official bank of the LSU Tigers. People's Health, the official health plan of LSU Athletics. And by Coca-Cola, official beverage partner of the LSU Tigers. This segment of Inside LSU Sports is brought to you each week by Bud Light.
Payoff delivery. Swing and a miss. 5th strikeout. And Hilliard getting a nice hand from the crowd. Runner goes. Here it comes. High in the air to left center field. Sailing back, and on the track. Going to come around off the wall. They'll send the runner in. Travinsky will score. That'll make it 2-0. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Brought it upstairs. And Raiselman fired up as he should be as he keeps the Tigers out in front, 3-2.
Welcome back, Tiger fans. On this week's show, joined with head coach Jay Johnson. And coach, you come off a tough weekend, a competitive weekend. It's kind of the way it is in the SEC. You lose game 1, you come back, pounce back, get the win on Saturday, unable to get over the hump in game 3. But coming away from the weekend, what did you and the team learn about themselves?
Yeah, I think a lot. It's a work in progress. I mean, I think baseball is a game where you never really have it. I mean, it's a great series win at Florida. I think that was encouraging. I do think we carried a few of those things over. It just wasn't enough. I think if you look at maybe the why, we had a couple untimely walks from the pitching staff, even though I thought those guys did a good job of keeping us right where we needed to be in position to win the game, all 3 of the games. Defensively, we had an error and a non-play on Sunday, whereas we had gotten back into the game and put ourselves in position to win. That made it really hard when we started chasing 3 instead of chasing 1 late in the game. And then offensively, the story was, hitting with runners on base. On Friday night, we came through with a bunch of big hits, and Thursday and Saturday, we did not. And I'm going to credit Auburn's pitching a little bit. We have this thing where we want to have 3 quality at-bats in a row 4 times throughout the game, and we're getting 2 a lot. We're having a hard time getting that 3rd one. So we'll keep pressing, keep working, and ended up on the right side of those next time we're in those close games.
You mentioned that Florida series. I know you told us afterward, you said, hey guys, we're not as good as maybe we think we are. That's one great series, but we got to keep working. Coming off this series, what's the message to the guys going into this week?
You got to keep going. I mean, if you look around the league, outside of Tennessee, obviously, and Arkansas, I mean, everybody's bunched up within 1 game either way. And so I knew that when I came here. I was excited about the challenge of that. Knowing in our first year, I do like our team. I think we have talented players, but we got to learn how to get over the hump in those close games against good teams. We started out very well in that fashion throughout the year, but just the margin for error is small, and you can't overcome defensive mistakes in the infield, a untimely walk, and then you got to cash in when you get chances. And I think we need to develop, and it's something I think is a strength of mine, a more complete style of play offensively. I feel like we're a little bit one-dimensional right now, and you solve some of that through recruiting, and then solve some of that through just getting guys a little better skill set of being able to move the ball and not be so reliant on hitting the ball over the fence.
Well, one positive we did see, especially in Game 2 on Friday night, was that 2-out hitting and 2-strike hitting. Looks like the guys are coming along in that department.
Yeah, I mean, they did on Friday, and Sunday, different story. I think Gonzalez did a really good job. Kept the ball down. We hit into a couple double plays. I mean, for me, those are killers. I did believe we had the right plan, a good plan. I'm not standing in the box, so from the dugout, it's a little easier for me to say this. I just don't know that we had committed to what we needed to do early in the game. Other than the second inning, we got 3 hits in a row to tie at 1-1, and you're sitting there first and second, nobody out, and he gets Gavin to get jammed, and we just didn't quite come through there. I would have liked to have gone up 2 or 3 to 1 right there. It puts a little more pressure on their ABs, and maybe it turns out differently. So it's just that continual moving the offense, quality at bat piece, no matter what type of pitcher that we're facing, that we got to improve on offensively.
Well, you said it. It's always a tough weekend, whether you're at home or on the road. And for LSU, it's going to be on the road for the next 2 weeks in SEC play, starting with Mississippi State. Coach, a team coming off a national championship. They've been up and down this season, but something tells me they take a little momentum from last weekend headed into the series in Starkville.
I watched the game in its entirety in real time, and there's some good value to that. Good players, really good pitching staff. I know they've lost a couple guys to injury, but there's no shortage of talent on that team. They typically play well at home. It's a great environment, much like the environment we have here. So we're going to have to come in ready to go. I don't think for our team playing on the road, at least at the nature of the makeup of the players, is necessarily a bad thing. Right now, I mean, we have to focus on continual improvement and then put yourself in position in those games, and then that improvement helps you get over the top. So, and that's in each phase. I mean, offense, defense, base running, pitching, obviously, and just the competitive nature. We did show that last time we went on a road, and we're going to need that again because it'll be a tough environment.
Well, it's one of the great rivalries, not only in the SEC, but certainly across the country when it comes to college baseball. Coach, good to visit with you. Fans, let's now take a look at some of the highlights from this past weekend here at the box.
The 0-1 pitch to Doney. Goes opposite field, high in the air, towards the wall, in right, and it is out of here. Collins comes set, to the plate he comes. Swing and a miss. Down on strikes. The 2-0 delivery. Big swing, headed towards the seats in right, and this ball is gone. 2-run blast off the bat of Braden Jobert. Give him home run number 10. Right with the 1-1. In the air, high to right field. Bobby Pierce going to the track, the wall. See ya! Dylan Cruz. Shift is on to the right-handed hitter, and the 0-2. Swing and a miss. The 2-1. Bello lifts it in the air. Down the line in left. Dugas giving chase. Goes up. What a catch. Holds on, goes slamming into the wall, and he's got it for out number 3. What a play in left field by Gavin Dugas.
Stay tuned for more Inside LSU Sports after this break.
You need more layers, diagonal layers.
I got it, Ron. Thanks.
Leave him alone, Dad. Oh, honey, you should use ice blocks instead of cubes.
No, Bud Light Seltzer goes on top.
Diagonal layers.
Did you pre-chill the Bud Light lemonades?
Need more ice.
And diagonal layers.
I mean, if you're gonna do it right.
I don't need my hands getting cold.
Why don't you try using the Plumsky method? Brings out the citrus notes. Dad?
Gotta crush the ice, son.
Okay, I'm out.
What's his problem?
Whenever packing the cooler really matters, there's a Bud Light there.
Mommy, guess what? We're rich.
Hi, that's fake, mi amor. Ice cream?
Yeah!
Okay.
Protect your connected devices with advanced security included with Cox Panoramic Wi-Fi.
We get it. It feels like everything has changed. Masking up, changing demands at work, fewer gatherings. But one thing hasn't changed. Our commitment to your health. It's why Our Lady of the Lake Physician Group keeps finding better ways to serve you. Video visits with one of our providers, online scheduling, weekend hours, and nearly 100 locations where providers know your medical history. Our Lady of the Lake Physician Group, providing you with the best care where and when you need it.
As humankind faces its most critical challenges yet, the world demands leaders, and LSU is taking up the charge. The research we do here goes everywhere to protect communities threatened by climate change, so you can live your life with fewer worries about tomorrow. We're formulating a better way for everyone, because at LSU, our calling is humanity.
LSU Tigers fans, show your pride with real Tigers gear from the official online store, lsushop.net. You'll find everything a Tigers fan needs, including jerseys, sideline gear, polos, t-shirts, hats, and more. With an awesome selection of over 4,100 products, including official team merchandise from Nike, when it comes to Tigers pride, there's only one place real Tigers fans go, lsushop.net.
This segment of Inside LSU Sports is brought to you each week by Assurance Financial. When you find the home you want to buy, choose a mortgage lender that can help you buy it. David Alello with Assurance Financial, lending the way home buyers prefer it.
After he was hired in December, LSU football head coach Brian Kelly took time assembling his new coaching staff, and one of the first people he looked to was his former roommate, Mike Denbrock. The Cincinnati offensive coordinator led the Bearcats to an undefeated season and a berth in the college football playoffs before reuniting with Kelly down in Baton Rouge. LSU fans meet the Tigers' newest OC and tight ends coach, Mike Denbrock.
I'm Mike Denbrock. I'm the offensive coordinator, and I coach the tight ends. Kids are eager, working their tails off. All right, let's get the film up. Get this thing rolling. This is the process, right? So what I tried to do with this, very simply, is just give you a process that you could play every play with, right? If I don't have the signal or I don't understand the signal, can I play? If I don't know how to get lined up, can I play? That comes way before athleticism or toughness or any of that. If I can't do this, how successful can I be? I love to get out on the golf course when I can. Love family time of any kind. My wife and my son will be here soon enough, and we look forward to emerging ourselves into the Baton Rouge community and being part of everything that's going on here at LSU. Let's go, pick your feet up now. We ain't walking. Once we hit that doorway, let's jog to where we're going. You had a good day on Thursday, right? Now today you have another good day. What's that called? That's called stacking them on top of each other, right? So start stacking them up today. It was an opportunity to work with Coach Kelly again. You know, we've been together at 2 other stops on 2 other occasions and had a lot of success together. And this was an opportunity to kind of build on that. I think the first thing is we just have similar philosophies of what it takes to be successful and how to build winning football teams. All right, here we go. Let's line up. Come on, I'll go, man. What a dime! That's a dime right there, baby boy. Coach is tired. I'm winded. All right, here we go. But I'd rather see a mentality when we watch the tape of us working on scoring, because that's what we're going to be doing. All right, sounds good. Get some rest. Hey, I'm trying to get their GPS numbers up.
I ain't dropping that no more.
I know, but if something happens, go make it right.
Yeah, you're right.
That's all that really matters, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna get plenty more chances. It ain't like we're gonna stop giving you the ball.
You're right.
That ain't happening. Sometimes you gotta ask a little more of yourself now. Don't be afraid to ask a little more of yourself. It's all right.
Let's get it. Let's go. Let's go.
Stack some good plays together, one right after another. Look pretty good, though. Better put that one in. This is a place of national championships, not only in football, but all sports. Progress is being made. Slow and painful? You betcha. But progress nonetheless. All right, just keep digging in. Keep digging in. Keep digging in. All right, here we go. Win on 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, jog off the field.
Stay tuned for more Inside LSU Sports after this break.
the time is right, the party's just begun. So let the good times roll. Go ahead and let the good times roll.
Get an additional $1,000 retail bonus cash on top of current offers when you custom order a new F-150 or Ranger.
Go ahead and let them good times roll.
Only at your Southern Quality Ford dealer.
Now is the time for new beginnings. For holding each other's hands. For encouraging each other. And for working together. At Women's, our mission is to improve the health of all women and infants. So today, we're focused on new ways to care for you and keep you safe. Because seeing you healthy and strong is important to us.
You need more layers, diagonal layers.
I got it, Ron. Thanks. Leave him alone, Dad. Oh, honey, you should use ice blocks instead of cubes.
No, Bud Light Seltzer goes on top.
Diagonal layers.
Did you pre-chill the Bud Light lemonades?
Need more ice.
And diagonal layers.
I mean, if you're gonna do it right.
I don't need my hands getting cold.
Why don't you try using the Plumsky method?
Brings out the citrus notes.
Dad?
Gotta crush the ice, son.
Okay, I'm out.
What's his problem?
Whenever packing the cooler really matters, there's a Bud Light there.
As humankind faces its most critical challenges yet, the world demands leaders, and LSU is taking up the charge. The research we do here goes everywhere to protect communities threatened by climate change, so you can live your life with fewer worries about tomorrow. We're formulating a better way for everyone, because at LSU, our calling is humanity.
LSU Tigers fans, show your pride with real Tigers gear from the official online store, lsushop.net. You'll find everything a Tigers fan needs, including jerseys, sideline gear, polos, t-shirts, hats, and more. With an awesome selection of over 4,100 products, including official team merchandise from Nike, when it comes to Tigers pride, there's only one place real Tigers fans go, lsushop.net.
This segment of Inside LSU Sports is brought to you each week by TJ Rizz, legendary Louisiana barbecue.
Hello, Tiger fans, and welcome once again inside LSU Sports, presented by Community Coffee. From the LSU Gymnastics Training Center, it's been a minute since head coach Jay Clark and I have had a chance to visit. Jay, our season has come to a close. I know the second half of the season probably not exactly how you drew it up on the drawing board, but there still are a lot of positives to take away from this 2022 campaign. A couple that come to my mind right off the bat: packed house against Auburn in a marquee matchup here in the Maravich Center right across the street, and then a nail-biter meet against Utah where the fans were as engaged as I've ever seen.
Yeah, there were some great moments throughout the year. There were some great wins, great atmospheres in the PMAC, as you mentioned. I thought there were some times where we came up short that were also great experiences when we went to Florida and pushed them to the limit in their house and really fought our way to a pretty solid outcome there too. So many good things. It's unfortunate that it ends the way that it does, and so now we begin to make sure that we don't let everybody define the entire year as far as the kids are concerned by just that one outcome, but that we begin to evaluate, look in the mirror, and figure out what we need to do to improve.
Couple of key successes that I'd like to just check off right off the bat. The health of Haley Bryant and Kaya Johnson was a big concern to you and the staff going in. Big check marks there. Both of them had successful seasons. And then, of course, this young lady named KJ Johnson, who just came out of nowhere from Houston, Texas, and just took Tiger Town by storm.
Yeah, one of the things we've been talking about as a staff is who on our team is a lion. Who's a lion on the team? And KJ has shown herself to be exactly that. And we've got a few of them coming back. You're right. We were concerned about the health of Haley and Kaya all year long. I think we did a good job managing that for the most part. It seemed like it was something new every other day in some cases, but I think overall did a good job of getting those two to the finish line.
The team for next year, I think, is going to look a little bit different. Of course, we're going to say goodbye, as we have, to the super seniors, as we've come to call them here. Jay, just a quick note on what they've meant to this program.
Well, they've done so many great things, and I know that after this last meet, they were hurting a lot and disappointed, and
saw themselves in similar situations as to what had happened the previous year, and I think that was the crux of most of the pain they were feeling. But at the end of the day, you know, the positives that those guys have brought to the program far outweigh any momentary mistakes that they've made. They're great human beings. They're going to go on to great things in their lives, and I'm just really proud to have been able to coach them.
Gonna miss Bridget Dean's beam set. You know, I tell you what, was there a Tiger that was ever just as reliable as she has been, you know, over the course? But Jay, also I'd like to point out that I know you've been working behind the scenes with some particular gymnasts on the team to get prepared for next season. I'm thinking about, in particular, Kai Rivers, and she's been working her way back, you know, from injury. I'm thinking about Tori Tatum and folks like that you're looking to continue to get into. The future's bright.
Yeah, it is, and we've got a lot of returners that are coming back that are going to be, their roles will expand. You mentioned Tori. I think Aaliyah Finnegan is another one that stands to expand her role into 3 or 4 event status next year. Kai Rivers is coming out of a shoulder thing. We're still not sure where that's going to wind up yet, but certainly her presence is important to the success of our team. So a lot of good things. I was really proud of Alona Shenikova and the way she finished out the year after having a spell with a knee injury in the middle of the year. She went in last minute for Haley at the regional meet and had maybe her best day of the year. She has shown time and time again when she's had to be put in those pressure situations that she gets the job done, and so I think she's another one.
And Olivia Dunn as well is another one that you can see is beginning to round out in some of the other events. We've seen some of her work on floor now. We've seen some of her work, of course, on the uneven bars, and I know she's got other skills.
Yeah, and she gives you a different look, you know, than what some of the other kids might give you. So I think her role can expand, and particularly on balance beam is where I see her role beginning to get a little more expansive as we move forward. So yeah, we've got returners coming. The future is bright. You know, we're all kind of wallowing around in a little bit of disappointment right now, and you probably hear that in my voice because it was tough. It was tough, but it was tough on the girls, and I know that they're wanting it to end differently next year, and so I'm sure that we'll get our act together.
Hey, the expectations in this building are high, and deservedly so, because there's been a history of winning here. But you know, you guys seem to have a plan. You seem like you really do have a focus on the future. And if I could just turn the page real quick, I mean, heck, we're only 120 days or so from fall camp starting. But if you look ahead into the next year, Florida comes into our building. Yeah. Missouri comes into our building, and I know we've got a little something for those Tigers as well. You start looking on down the line, and then this team called Oklahoma comes in as well. It's going to be a banner season in 2023.
Well, it's an exciting schedule. We go on the road to Utah and make the return on that contractual deal, and then, as you mentioned, we bring Oklahoma in, and they are potentially going for their 5th national championship as we speak. So it should be a heck of a home schedule, a heck of a schedule in general. We got to have our act together and be ready to roll when it comes around.
And of course, you Tiger fans, you absolutely exploded this season inside the Maravich Center. The highest number of season tickets that's ever been sold for LSU Gymnastics. Come on back and see that yet again. Jay, hey, I know it's a little tough right now, but the future is indeed very, very bright.
It is, and we certainly, our expectations don't change. We understand what they are, and we're going to continue to pursue them with all we've got.
Hey, on behalf of our team, including our executive producer, chief bottle washer, director, cameraman, David Landry, on behalf of everyone associated with LSU Gymnastics, bringing it to you each and every week as this segment, Inside LSU Sports. Thank you, Tiger fans, and we'll see you down the road.
Stay tuned for more Inside LSU Sports after this break.
We're Dudley DeBosier. As an official partner of LSU Athletics, we love being back here on campus.
It's where we began our journey as lawyers.
And it keeps us connected to the community we pledged to serve.
This place has made a difference in so many lives across the state.
And it inspires us to do the same.
We're a law firm that cares about this community.
And that's the Dudley DeBosier difference.
Demand Dudley DeBosier, official partner of LSU Athletics. 444-4444.
You need more layers, diagonal layers.
I got it, Ron. Thanks.
Leave him alone, Dad. Oh, honey, you should use ice blocks instead of cubes.
No, Bud Light Seltzer goes on top.
Diagonal layers.
Did you pre-chill the Bud Light lemonades?
Need more ice.
And diagonal layers.
I mean, if you're gonna do it right.
I don't need my hands getting cold.
Why don't you try using the Plumsky method?
Brings out the citrus notes.
Dad?
Gotta crush the ice, son.
Okay, I'm out.
What's his problem?
Whenever packing the cooler really, really matters, there's a Bud Light there.
Mommy, guess what? We're lit.
Hi, that's fake, mi amor. Ice cream?
Yeah!
Okay. Protect your connected devices with advanced security included with Cox Panoramic Wi-Fi.
As humankind faces its most critical challenges yet, the world demands leaders, and LSU is taking up the charge. The research we do here goes everywhere to protect communities threatened by climate change, so you can live your life with fewer worries about tomorrow. We're formulating a better way for everyone, because at LSU, our calling is humanity.
When you support, she soars. When you donate, he delivers. When you provide, they prevail. Since 1987, TAF members have lifted the minds, bodies, and spirits of LSU student athletes, making sure they have what they need to succeed in competition, the classroom, and in life. When you give, they go.
This segment of Inside LSU Sports is brought to you each week by Our Lady of the Lake Children's Health, one of Louisiana's largest pediatric healthcare networks.
While some sports are winding down on campus, others are in the thick of their conference and postseason schedules, which means we will still be right here each week to bring you the latest on all things LSU athletics. I'm Emily Dixon, and as always, thanks for tuning in to this week's episode of Inside LSU Sports presented by Community Coffee. We'll see you next week.
Inside LSU Sports, presented by Community Coffee, is brought to you each week by the 8 partners that represent Team LSU. Cox, the official communications provider of LSU Athletics. McDonald's, official sponsor of the LSU Tigers. Our Lady of the Lake, official healthcare provider of LSU Athletics. Planet Fitness, official gym partner of the LSU Tigers. Rouse's Markets, official supermarket of LSU Athletics. Hancock Whitney, the official bank of the LSU Tigers. People's Health, the official health plan of LSU Athletics. And by Coca-Cola, official beverage partner of the LSU Tigers.
This is the business we are in at LSU, providing a world-class experience for our student athletes to compete and earn their degrees.